Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Pluto of Pluto's Muse here, back with another timeless pick a card reading, and this one is another request from my lovely subscribers. This was what vibe do you give off? Yes, I believe that's the title of this video. I have more content coming out as well, so stay tuned. But this reading is intended to give you some sort of higher perspective on your vibe, the vibe you give off, what you're radiating to other people, how other people are currently perceiving you, things like that. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. Everything may not resonate, and that's completely fine. If you enjoy this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. You have 6 piles to choose from on the screen. Choose more than one if you feel drawn to more than one, or if one doesn't resonate. And thank you for being here. Let's get started. Hi, pile 1. You're the pile that chose image 1. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant out here. I'm seeing 36, 44, 13, 8, and 25 as the most relevant numbers out here. These could be birthdays, days that are relevant, ages, things like that. Somebody could be a Virgo or a Libra, a Leo or a Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Moon in specific, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini in specific. I'm seeing Scorpio energy, Aries, Taurus energy, Leo, Virgo again, Leo heavy, what do you call it? Leo and Cancer, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? So these are the signs that are most relevant. These signs could be in your chart. This could be the people that are perceiving you, who are getting your vibe, or these are like elements or signs that may be relevant to how you come off. Now, when it comes down to your overall vibe, part of me wants another oracle. Sorry about that, Pile 1. I felt like pulling another oracle. Somebody in here, you could be a reader, you don't have to be, or something about you seems a bit spontaneous, unexpected, spur of the moment type of vibes in this pile, okay? What was I gonna say? Oh, somebody in here also 24 could be relevant. So that could be an age, date, whatever it is. Somebody could be a Cancer or a Gemini. Now, or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's funny because when I was calling out the numbers, I was thinking, and the numbers and the signs, excuse me, I was thinking to myself, like, not a lot of water out here. I was feeling Scorpio, but I didn't see a lot of water out here. But then I pulled a zodiac oracle, which I probably will do for the other piles as well. And you guys got the water oracle, but it came up in reverse. So some of you could be water signs, but don't come off like water signs. Okay, somebody in this file, you could be a water sign but don't come off like a water sign, or maybe you have water placements but you're not as watery as most water signs would be. And sometimes I think it's like a really common misconception that water signs are like super duper 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 emotional crybaby types. But it is true. It is true that we're sensitive and emotional and things like that. But I'm getting the vibe here, like I said, if you are a water sign in this pile 1, you're not as emotional as most people would assume you to be. In fact, you're very self-sufficient. You might not even be the type that relies too heavily on other people. Like, you could still be a people person. I'm picking up on somebody that is very popular, or you come off like you're very popular in this pile, but I don't think people initially perceive you as being a water sign. I feel like a lot of you are perceived as fire signs. Okay, you could be a fire sign in this pile, or even an air sign in this pile. Or that's what you're perceived as. But some of you in this pile are water signs, but you don't come off like that. Or you have water placements, but people can't really tell. The creative aspects of water signs, people pick up on. They can tell that you're a creative person. They can tell that you're someone that might be someone that is in a creative field or has certain hobbies. I'm even getting that like some of you are very childlike or playful or fun, and there's a lot of whimsy, and like there's this energy here around you being very imaginative and playful, but the playfulness isn't a sensitive playfulness. Like, some of y'all do not come off as sensitive, and if you are sensitive, people don't know that initially. So maybe you could be like a Cancer rising. I'm going to say, I feel like somebody's rising sign is not watery. If it is a water sign, maybe some of y'all could be a water rising signs. If you if you are a water rising sign, I feel like you're the type of person where like the initial meeting of you is hard to define. You don't come off as emotional initially. So, if you are a Cancer rising, some of y'all could be really friendly and stuff like that, but you're closed off. So people don't know if you actually are emotional or not. Or some of you could have water risings, but it's like you could look like a water sign. Like this pile is complex. You either are a water sign, but you don't act like one. So like you could be a water sun, moon, or rising, or even a water. Yeah, you could be either water in your big three, but it's like other parts of your chart are heavy in something else and people can't tell that you are a water sign. Or you are of another sign, you have water in your chart somewhere, and you don't come off very watery, okay? People don't view you as being very emotional. Your vibe is very bold, very direct, very in charge, very in control. I want to say like the most emotional or sensitive aspect of you may be the fact that you are patient with others, or you come off like the type of person that is grounded for sure. But even outside of that, I'm getting a lot of you are very logical and focused. Your vibe is very logical and focused. Your vibe comes off like the type of person that is a bit of adventurous, or I wanted to say risk taker. Like some of you come off like a risk taker. You come off as being very focused on climbing the corporate ladder or something like that. I don't really feel like you're the corporate type though. If you are a corporate type of person in this pile, some of you are the boss, because you would have to be in control in this pile. Somebody is not, you don't come off like the type of person that is controlled by others. The image to me, the image to me is not matching the energy almost. I remember what image I put up here, but maybe it does. Maybe it does match the image. Some of you come off a little bit chaotic. This is what I'm getting out of the watery energy. Some of you come off a little bit disheveled, chaotic, impulsive even. Like there's something about you that comes off like you're a little bit all over the place to a certain degree, but not in like a messy way. Some of you could be messy. Not in like a messy way though, more so like you have your hand in more than one pot. But when people really get to know you, some of you are really bosses. So some of you come off very creative and all these different things. And again, I don't know if you are a water sign, pile one. Some of you could be like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. People meet you, you tell them I'm a Pisces, I'm a Cancer, I'm a Scorpio. And people go, oh, I kind of got that vibe. Like you're dressed a certain way, or you come off a certain way, or your vibe is a certain way, or you say that's in your sun, moon, or rising, and people go like, oh yeah, like I can get that from you. Something about how you look may be a bit watery, but how you act is not watery. I feel like how you act, like when people really get to know you, or when you really start talking, or when you really start acting on certain things, people start to realize that there's a lot of power behind you. I get that there's a lot of people that compete with you, pile one, or this is how you come off. You come off like you have a lot of people competing for you. You may even have a vibe like a lot of people are mad at you for being kind of chaotic. Like like some of y'all have a vibe like some people might get mad at you. Maybe you come into the event late. Maybe maybe you're like saying the thing that other people don't want to hear you say, or you kind of stir the pot or something like that. But at the same time, it's like you must have something behind you that's backing this. I think that when people start to really get to know, like, you're like a successful artist. This is what you come off like. You come off like the type of person that is very creative, has a lot going for you, has this aesthetic, like you're a very creative person. But then when people really get to know you, it's like there's business behind whatever it is that you're doing, or you're very business minded, or you're very smart. Like it's like brains behind beauty. I do feel like a lot of you are very attractive in this pile. Man, woman, person, doesn't matter. Some of you come off like you have a lot of suitors as well. People think you have a lot of people that are attracted to you. Yeah. Because you're also very confident. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people, some people may view water signs even as like being a bit more, I want to say demure. Some of you, some of you may come off like a little bit more shy or closed off initially. I'm getting this is an initial vibe, but something about the undercurrent of you is not shy. If you are shy, no. If you are someone that doesn't talk a lot, you might be stoic. I don't think you're shy at all. I feel like you're stoic. You might be hard to read, but I don't think that you're shy. Or when people finally get to know you, they realize like this could even be the vibe of someone that's very private and quiet in person, but then when you look at their social media, it's like, "Oh my gosh, you have such a large following," or "You have so many people that like you," or you go to a certain event and people are like, "Wow, you have so many friends. You have so many people around you." Like, yeah. Like your vibe, the initial view of you is not what your vibe is fully. Your vibe has layers. You're like an onion, pile one. Your vibe has layers. People view you as being very ambitious and exciting and like a pioneer. I'm getting like Aries energy, like somebody in this pile. You're someone that is willing to start things. All right. If you were a water sign, could even be Scorpio. There's something very like I get it done type of vibes, or even, Cancer too. I feel like something about your energy feels like you get it done. You go after the thing, you do the thing. And even with Pisces, like very creative, very imaginative, all these different things. But then it's like there's another side of you that is very organized to a certain degree. Feels like organized chaos. And how this vibe impacts people, because I wanted to look into how your vibe impacts people. For a lot of you, I think you're intimidating. Pile one, I think you're intimidating. I think, especially to men. Pile one, if you are a masculine, some of you are very intimidating to men because maybe you're underestimated initially, and then people get to realizing like, oh, this person's actually very well known or very popular, or this person's a big deal. This is even giving me the vibe of like somebody that's being slept on. Like, I wish I could think of a person. You know how like there's certain celebrities where people will go, you'll hear people say stuff like, I don't know why people like that person, or you think that guy's cute, or you think that girl's cute. Like, I'm getting the vibe of people wondering, like, not saying that you aren't traditionally attractive or even attractive in general, pile one, but I'm getting the vibe of someone where it's like, you think that person's attractive? Like, people are wondering why people are attracted to you, or if you're even seen as attractive, and then somebody finds out that you like have a whole fan page. Like, I'm getting the vibe of you being a bigger deal than people know. Some people don't feel like for the person who is hung up on very structured and stable and traditional attractiveness, like for the person who's looking for something more traditionally attractive, they may view your vibe as like, they're like, why is this seen as attractive? Somebody might not understand why this like chaotic creative type of energy is attractive to people. And then I'm assuming once they get to know you, then they're like, oh wow, okay, like no wonder you have people who are crushing on you, or no wonder you have people around you that think that you're cool or who are inspired by you. People view you as being very smart. I think a lot of people, your initial vibe is not what the vibe turns into. You give off the vibe that you give off the vibe like you are a big deal. And I actually think that you are. Even if you don't have like a huge following or anything like that, I feel like a lot of people don't realize how cool you are. Somebody in this pile, you're real cool. Yeah. In your own unique way. Like, you may wear weird things, or you dress a certain type of way, or you wear your hair a certain type of way, or you have hobbies that are like a certain thing or whatever it is. And again, maybe people initially are like, oh, this person's like just so playful and fun, and they're doing their own thing, and they're just whatever it is, like they're just living their life. And then they realize that there's something that you've built off of this, or that you're like a pro in whatever field that you're in. I'm also getting a lot of people view you as being blessed. Like, your vibe comes off like you're very blessed, like very fortunate in this pile. Okay, you're a powerhouse. That's what they call you, a powerhouse. And like I said, I think you make a lot of people overthink. For my men, like I said, you could have other men that start to feel intimidated by you. They didn't know that you were such a big deal. They didn't know that people were so attracted to you. They almost underestimated you. They felt like they had a better job, better outfit, all these different things. And then they realized like, oh, this person's creative, but they're not dumb, or they're not lazy or anything like that. Same thing with women though. I feel like for my women in this pile, if you have any masculines around you, not only are some of these masculines very attracted to you, but a lot of them are intimidated by you. I feel like you bruise men's egos, pile one, because they assume one thing of you and then realize that you're another thing. So maybe they assume you're really nice and sensitive and, easy to manipulate or something like that. And then all of a sudden you show them that you're like kind of hard up. Or like you kind of have an attitude, or you're the type of person that can't be controlled. You can't be tamed. Or it could be the other way. Like, maybe some of these people are assuming that you are, I think that people have preconceived notions of you. And then when they get to know you, your vibe is different, which makes a lot of men in particular feel like, oh, like same thing. Like you could be looking very creative and, I don't know, like you need help. You look like you might need some help. I'm cracking up with this file because it's not a negative thing. I'm just getting like some of you could be artists. And sometimes artists are just, we're just living their lives, we're just living our life. But I'm getting like some of you are like artists and you're doing your own thing. And there are people who see you who might feel like they need to help you, men that feel like they need to help you. And then they realize like, oh, you should be helping me, or you could be helping me. Like there's something about you that could actually benefit them more than they probably would benefit you. So that's your vibe. Like, yeah, that's your vibe. So take it how it resonates, pile one. That's all I'm getting out of this pile. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. I'll talk to you guys later. Hi, pile two. You're the pile that chose image 2. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers that are relevant in this pile as well as the signs. I'm seeing 19, 42, 46, 15, 11, 22, and 36. All right. Could be ages, could be dates, could be relevant to you. Somebody in here, you could be a Scorpio, you could be a Libra, you could be an Aries, you could be a Taurus, you could be a Cancer, you could be a Gemini, Scorpio, Libra, Cancer, Gemini, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could be the people that are perceiving you, getting your vibe. This could also just be the overall theme or the vibes that come off of you. Maybe signs that you show up as to other people. All right. So I didn't expect so much Scorpio in this pile. Somebody in here, you could definitely be a Scorpio. Or Scorpio could be in a major placement in your chart, or something about you seems a little scorpionic. So I don't know. Maybe you have like dark hair. You could have tattoos. You could have piercings. You could look a little edgy. Maybe you listen to edgy music. Even with the matcha and the tulips. Like somebody in here, you could be, I don't know, you could be sitting in your car with your matcha and your tulips listening to trap music, or you could be, listening to rock music, or something about you feels intense. Now on the opposite side of that though, you could still be a Scorpio and be very soft. And mysterious, possibly. Some of you, it could be the mystery that I'm picking up on in this pile. There is a certain level of mystery to you for sure. I feel like a lot of people, when they initially meet you, they feel like you are someone that is in a relationship. They can't tell, but they think you are. A lot of you in this pile, people assume that you're in a relationship, whether you're masculine, feminine, anything like that. Some people may even like question, like, do you have kids, or are you single, or what's going on? Like they want to know. They're curious to know what you have going on in your life, because your vibe seems very abundant. You look like you have a lot of good things going on for you, or a lot of things moving forward in your life. Some of you look very wealthy. All right. That may also be the Scorpionic vibe. Like some of you may come off like, I'm getting almost somebody in here, you might come off like a sugar baby. That's for one or two of y'all, or maybe more than y'all. I don't know. Somebody in here, you might come off like a sugar baby, or like people take care of you. Okay, because there's something here about you looking very pampered or put together. People feel like you look cute even when you're in the house, pile two. That's the vibe you give off. You give off the vibe that you are always pampered, always taking care of yourself. Hair always done, nails always done, even if they're clean. Like man, woman, doesn't matter. I'm getting somebody, your hair and nails are always clean, always cut, always done. You never look disheveled to people, or that's the vibe that you give off. You give off the vibe that you're never disheveled. If you have a beard, beautiful beard. Your beard is perfect. It's perfection. Very clean. And even with the image that I chose, some of you may come off like the type of masculines, regardless of whether you deal with women, men, people, whoever it is. You come off like the type that are buying your partner's gifts. Yeah. And if you're a feminine, I'm getting you're the type of woman that is buying themselves gifts. You're buying yourself a matcha. You're buying yourself the tulips. You're hanging out with the girls. You're hanging out with the guys. Some of you, I'm getting like with a masculine again, you could be picking up the stuff. You could be going with your girls, your guys. I'm getting some of you are definitely the type that like to spend leisure time with people. People feel like you chill a lot. You don't come off like you got a lot of worries, pal two. I'm picking up on the vibe of someone that comes off like life is pretty good. Some people may feel like you come from a really good family, or you have a really good job, or again, you have some sort of husband, wife, sugar daddy, sugar mama taking care of you. People feel like you are taken care of. There is an air of like, there's some sort of complicated energy around you though. And that's why I'm saying this whole thing about the Scorpio energy. Like, I don't feel like it's odd for Scorpios to be in this energy that I'm describing, but I'm getting in like an undertone of like, there's something about you that feels a little dangerous or different or like unexpected. Okay. So again, like even if you're very soft, some of you are listening to music that's a little bit harder, or maybe you're really soft in really unexpected environments, or maybe sometimes you do things that feel a bit unexpected. Some of you are into like tarot and astrology in this pile. So people may not expect this of you because of how you look. Their view of you is like one way. You come off very like lighthearted and fun, and you're seen as the type of person that's always out and about, and you travel and you do all these different things. But then there's also this part of you that's either a bit closed off, or a bit more secretive, or again, like the things that you like, it's like, whoa, I didn't expect that of you. Heavy feminine energy in this pile. So regardless of whether you're a masculine or feminine, some people view you like the vibe that you give off is that you're very nurturing or abundant. That could also be the dichotomy here. Like some of you come off as very nurturing or abundant or feminine or soft and all these things, but maybe when people try to get to know you, you're a bit more closed off. You're like, like, I'm having a great time, I'm super out in the open or whatever it is, but I'm actually harder to get or harder to please, or hard to get close to. Like some people may want to get closer to you or be your friend or whatever it is, and maybe you guys aren't as open as they assume you are, or this is the vibe that you're giving off. But people still view you as being very emotional. They view you as being very soft and emotional and things like that. Again, regardless of whether you're a masculine or feminine, people really think you're in a relationship. Either you're out and about with a literal partner, pile two, or there's something about you that comes off like you're committed. I'm really getting that. Like some of you feel like kept people. You're a man who has a woman. You're a woman who has a man. You're a woman that got a woman. You're a man that got a man. You're a person with a person. Like, I don't know. Like somebody in here, you're coming off like you're coupled. People think that and they think you're happy. They think you're in a happy relationship. The vibe you give off is like you're in a happy relationship and you're quiet about it. That's what you're showing up as. And people, the way that this energy impacts people, because I wanted to look into that. The way that this energy impacts people is they are confused about whether they should approach you. I think a lot of people are attracted to you in this pile, too. So when people see you initially, they're like, oh, like, I want to get to know this person, or I want to talk to this person, or I want to build with this person. I'm curious to know what's going on with this person, or Are they open to me? Would they want to spend time with me? A lot of people want to spend time with you. They feel like you're the type of person where they would have a good time with you one-on-one, or having quality time, or taking you on a date or anything like that. Even if you're in a relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, some people feel like you go on like the nicest dates. You look like the type of person that would go on a really nice date. Or you look like the type of person that would take someone out on a really nice date. But yeah, I'm picking up on this vibe where it's like people get indecisive about whether to approach you or not. Regardless of what it is that you're attracted to, there's a lot of people that feel like they don't know if they should make a move. A lot of people. I'm getting more than one person. More than one person is curious to know if you're single. So I'm not sure if you are single or if you desire to date. If you desire to date, I didn't really ask for advice for anything like that. If they desire to date, I mean, if you desire to date, just put yourself out there, because I feel like people want to date you. So go to more events, meet up with more people. You already are dressed the part. People feel like aesthetically you're the type of person that they would want to date or be around. But the vibe you give off is like, again, you don't really need people. I'm even getting like an influencer vibe in this pile, or like someone that does something like you may have some level of clout or something. Like somebody in here feels like they might have some clout, just because I'm picking up on an energy where people are putting you on a pedestal, and viewing you in a high light, but they don't know much about you. Or there's like this energy here where they don't, like they don't know much about you. So this feels like idealization. Like the whole mystery behind you, like people not really knowing you. I feel like there's things about you that feel very unexpected to people because they don't know you personally. Which, I mean, the vibe is just how you come off to people initially, or how you come off energetically. But deep down, I feel like there's a lot of people that are wondering who you are at your core, because who they think you are is like really magnificent. But if they were to find out like you weren't in a relationship or anything like that, I don't feel like they'd be disappointed. I feel like they'd want to shoot their shot at you. But there's also like this energy here where it's like, I feel like they're coming up with whole fantasies in their mind. Like people fantasize about you a lot. The vibe you give off is that the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster, and you're very forgiving, you're very kind, you're very humble, you're very intuitive, you're very smart, you're very forthright, you're authoritative. Like there's a lot of good things about you. But people also don't really know you. So even though you come off like the type of person that's like upfront and open and all this stuff, I feel like people also view you as like, they don't really know you though. Like they don't really know how you got to this point in your life. They don't really know what you do. They don't really know, who you hang around. Like I'm getting something like that, or why you're hanging around certain people. Like people, I feel like people, I feel like people question you or wonder a lot of things about you, even if they are attracted to you or think that you're cool. So that's all that I got in this pile, because because I feel like there's a certain level of power that you radiate. And people want to know how you got that power. Okay? That's what I'm getting. People want to know how you got your power. Some of you may even come off like you have more than one home, or like you travel all the time, like you're doing all these different things, you're going to all these nice things. People are like, what are you doing? So take it how it resonates, pal. 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 3. You're the pile that chose image 3. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 28, 6, 39, 7, 44, and 2. All right, those are relevant numbers for you all. Could be houses, could be ages, birthdays, things like that. Somebody could be a Scorpio or a Libra, Cancer or a Gemini, Sagittarius or a Capricorn, Cancer or a Leo, Taurus, Pisces or Aquarius, Leo or Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, Taurus, Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Heavy on the Taurus in this pile. Sun, moon, rising, or Venus, doesn't matter. Some of you guys could have certain signs in certain houses, or this is the vibe you give off, or these could be the people who are perceiving this vibe off of you. But how do you come off? What vibe are you giving off, pile 3? Pile 3, you give off the vibe. Okay. Somebody in here, you give off, first off, some of you may give off the vibe that you are some sort of humanitarian, or that you care about all people. You're very accepting of all people. Some of you may even come off like you're either coming off very unconditionally loving, or you come off like you're in the LGBTQ. Okay, like you are someone that is open to all kinds of people. All right, like you're willing to date all kinds of people, all kinds of gender identities, anything like that. You don't judge. And if you aren't actually in the LGBTQ, you come off like an ally. All right, that's a part of your vibe. The reason being, though, is because people feel like you're an advocate. There's something about your energy that feels very like you advocate for certain groups of people, or just in general across the board. Some of you come off like the type of people that are fighting for certain people's rights, or fighting for certain causes, or, using your intuition to figure out who the good people are and who the bad people are. And, whether this is like within a friend group or anything like that, some of you guys are coming off like the type of people that are really discerning of who you hang around or who you associate yourself with, because you seem like a sensitive soul, pile 3. People may view you as being very sensitive. You care a lot about your health. I'm getting like some of you come off like your fridge is stocked. Whether that's like stocked with like a lot of good food. I'm assuming it's good food. Some of y'all come off like you eat good, or your fridge has a lot of good food in it. But I'm even getting like ethical food. Like you come off like the type of person that is doing very ethical things, or you're eating right. You're eating clean. You're keeping your home clean. You're keeping your friend group clean. You're keeping your love life clean. Like a lot of things about you seem very clean. Pure. You know what I'm getting the vibe of? And this isn't about purity in specific, but I'm getting like a Great Gatsby vibe in this pile 3, because some people feel like you have so much to enjoy about your life, or there's so many things that you have to give, but either people always leave your life, or there's something about you that comes off a bit like lonely. Okay, the vibe that you give off is that you're very loving and you're very open and very kind, but you haven't found the right type of person to be with, or you've been abandoned before. Like there's something about your vibe that comes off like you may have been abandoned at some point in time, and that you're currently looking for love, or that you're like loving yourself and waiting for love to come in. Okay, or some of you may not even come off like you're looking for love to come in. Some of you could come off like you're not interested in love at all. But because you're loving yourself. But people want to love you. Yeah, whatever vibe you're giving off, people want to love you. They feel like you're very emotionally open. Some of y'all come off very open. Pile 3. Yeah. Some of you come off very open. I will say though, like some of you, even though you come off very open, there could be people around you that feel like you're also the type that'll retreat or like pull your energy back if you don't want to be bothered. So maybe you're a bit introverted. Some people may feel like you're a heartbreaker. Like that's why you're single. You're not single because you don't have to be single. Like some of you are very attractive, or some of you may get a lot of attention, or come from a really nice family, or people may have seen you in a nice relationship at some point in time. Some of you could be in a relationship. If you're in a relationship though, or people are viewing you like in your vibe off of your relationship, some people feel like even if you're in a relationship, you're lonely. Like you're currently in a relationship where you would like to find a new person. That's what some people get the vibe of. But if you're single, that makes sense. because I'm getting a vibe of someone that has a lot of love to give, is very loving, is very unconditionally loving, very open to all people, very kind, and a good example of a human being. Like some of you are really kind to animals as well. You may have a lot of animals, or you're the type of person that likes to interact with animals, but I'm picking up on this vibe of someone that's very loving, but they kind of feel alone. Or you give off the vibe like you're a little lonely. You feel out of place. Even if you are around people, you feel a bit out of place. I just want to let you know though, Pile 3, this doesn't take away from your value at all. There's a lot of people that feel like you might be a bit more isolated or closed off or hard to read than most, but this actually makes them want to, you either motivate people into wanting to level up, like to grow because you're so full grown and authentic and well-rounded. Or some of you may have people that want to like take care of you. Some of you end up attracting people that want to take care of you. Yeah. Like people that want to work on situations with you. Because the vibe you give off is like you're worth the energy. You would be worth investing in. But you just struggle. You struggle with being invested in, or you struggle with finding the right love, or you're just very self-reflective and sensitive. And, you know, this is also giving me artist vibes. Somebody in this pile could be an artist. You don't have to be. Or even an intuitive. Like I'm getting something here about you being very intuitive or creative. But lonely. Why are they coming off so lonely to me? Because you could have moved away. Some of you are not located where you are from. Okay, so I don't know if you're like from a different country, continent, anything like that. Some people may feel like you're not around people that you resonate with, or maybe you're like in a new town or a new environment, or maybe you're online. I don't know. You could be talking to people who don't know you very well. Whoever you're talking to in this pile, these people feel like you seem like a very kind person, but you also come off like you don't have a lot of people to be around or something like that. Or maybe you don't resonate with a lot of people. Some of y'all are very like odd. There's something about you that's a bit odd, and not in a negative way. I'm getting like some of you are very different from other people, and they notice this. The vibe that you give off is like you're unlike other people around you. Okay, you could be of a certain race or culture, and everybody else is of another race or culture in certain environments. And people can tell that you stick out. Or some of you are a different gender from the people around you, and you stick out that way. Okay? Or there's something about you that like, just something about your energy feels different from other people. Maybe even your morals or values. Like some of you care about things that other people around you don't care about. And people understand why you may feel lonely. If you are someone that's advocating for different groups of people, or who are fighting a certain cause, or who care a lot about certain things and other people around you don't, I think it's very obvious that like you just don't fit in fully to those people in specific, not everybody, but to certain groups of people. They're like, oh yeah, that person is just, you know, they don't really, I don't know. They're very beautiful and very successful and all these things. I feel like if anybody ever tries to make you feel like left out or weird, pile 3, it's because they think you're better than them. T, that's the T. If anybody ever makes you feel, yeah. If anybody ever makes you feel like you are odd or weird or not valuable or something like that, it's because this person is intimidated by you. Because of how healthy you come off. Some of you come off very healthy, very financially healthy, mentally healthy, physically healthy. Okay. And that doesn't dictate size. I'm getting like some of you guys, you take care of yourselves. And this is something that people can pick up on. So if you ever feel isolated because of that, I'm getting like, it's just because these people can't match your energy. People also feel like you have a lot of money in your savings. I know that's random, but people feel like you're stacking up money. It's because you're all alone. That's why I was saying that Great Gatsby vibe. Like some of y'all come off like you have a lot for yourself, but you haven't found anybody to share it with. So people want to come in and take care of you and be all on you and love on you because they want to be a part of that. Yeah, people want to be a part of that. A lot of people want to be a part of what it is that you have financially, or what it is that you have. Yeah, like if you come off like you come from a really good family, people are like, oh, I want to be around that person. Or some of you have parents that come off like, you know, they could live in nice houses or have different things, nice cars, nice, I don't know. Just something about it feels valuable. Especially if you are the type that like travels a lot or takes trips or does different things. People may be viewing you as like privileged. People feel like you're privileged. But like humble. So that's the vibe that you give off. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Bye-bye. Hi, pile 4. You're the pile that chose image 4. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant for this pile. I'm seeing 17, 3, 33. Somebody in here could be seeing 333. 1, 36, 11, and 28. All right, those may be relevant numbers for any of you in this pile. Somebody in here could be an Aries, a Scorpio, a Leo, a Virgo, Pisces, Aries, Cancer, Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Scorpio and Libra. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo in specific, Taurus in specific, actually Capricorn in specific as well. All the earth signs are out here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then Aries again. So what kind of vibe do you give off? Pile 4. I feel like your vibe is, I'm hearing tried and true. Your vibe comes off very tried and true, possibly a bit stubborn, maybe someone that is headstrong. You come off like the type of person that knows what you like and goes after what you like, but you also like to enjoy your leisure time, or you like to relax on occasion. I'm getting something here about loyalty as well. So some of you are very loyal people. You come off very loyal, very committed, very fixated on what it is that you want. When you want something, you focus on that. Like if you want to be in a relationship, some of you guys are really aiming to be in a relationship. But I'm not getting like aiming to be in a relationship, date just anybody. I feel like whoever you're committed to, people get the vibe that like when you're committed, you're very committed. Or if you're looking for a certain type of partner, you have a certain type of standard, you're sticking to that. That's the type of vibe you give off. If you're at a job for a long time, you're moving up the ladder of the company. But you're sticking to that job. Something like that. Like you come off very committed. You come off very confident. Very sure of yourself. Very connected to your guides. Some of you come off like the type of people that understand the patterns that your family may have had, or your ancestors had before you, and what it is that you do and do not want to do moving forward based off of those patterns. You come off very honest as well. But like I said, I'm getting this tried and true vibe. So somebody in here is like, I think some people are picking up on the fact that maybe you want to be less like your family, or you want to break out of old generational curses. But then there's also still this like undertone of being very stuck in a certain tradition or moral value. Like even if you are different from your family members, pile 4, you are still devoted to like a certain way of living for your family. Like you're a generational curse breaker, but you also plan on building your own legacy or something like that. Like if there was a book, I know this sounds so complicated, but if there was a book that was written for your family overall, you might be the type of person that reads the book, puts it on the shelf, and then writes your own. Okay? Like, you're not recreating that book, but you still are making a book. Like, you're making your own rules. Okay? Because there's something still very, like, morally sound or structured about your energy, but it's just not like the past or what other people may have expected of you. And that doesn't mean it's a negative thing. The vibe that you give off is like you're living a very sound life. Okay? Even if you are kind of like going with the flow or doing things that other people don't understand. Maybe you guys are like entrepreneurs, or maybe you guys are, in a relationship that feels a bit different from the ones that your family members are in. Like, you could be dating outside of your race or culture or something like that. Others of you, are with different people of different socioeconomic backgrounds. Like, there's something that you're doing that is different from your family, or this is what people assume. People feel like you've done something differently from wherever you come from, your family, what have you. But it's working for you. I'm also getting that some of you come off like you're not very open to receiving, though. So rather you be a masculine or a feminine, you may come off like the type of person that has everything that you need. You don't need other people. This is a vibe that you give off. Like, you're not open to anything. Okay, so even if you are writing your own book or changing the narrative of your bloodline, it's like you're not taking any you're not taking any advice from anybody, though. Like, there's something in here where it's like you just do your own thing. Like, some of you are just doing your own thing. I'm hearing winging it. Like, some of y'all are just winging it right now. And the vibe that you give off is like you're winging it and hoping for the best. Why is this funny to me? Some of y'all are just winging it and hoping for the best. This is so funny. Some people feel like you come off like you have a lot that you want to do. Okay? Especially if you were born into a household or a family dynamic that was very traditional. Now you want to do your own thing. Like I said, you could be making your own traditions, but there's an energy here of you also being like the type of person that wants to break out and do something that isn't expected of you. Yeah. Some people feel like you don't want to have kids. You give off the vibe like you don't want to have kids or any more kids, or like if you have a kid. Some of y'all do. If you have more than one kid in this pile, you don't come off like you have more than one kid. Some of you come off like you have one kid, or like you don't want no kids. You either come off like you don't want no kids, or you come off like you have one kid. That's it. Something about you feels childless. Okay? And hopefully that's not offensive to anybody, but I'm getting like you seem very about your money, about breaking all these generational curses, about your health, about your wealth, but it's not like generational wealth. You could be worried about the generations that come after you, but it's like whatever traditions your family did, again, you're not doing that. So if you have family members that had like 6 or 7 kids, 3 kids, I'm getting like some of you, you're not worried about that. It's funny though, because I actually feel like some of you, people perceive you as being the type of person that would be a great mom though, or would be a great parent, or maybe you are good with kids, but it's like some of y'all don't plan on having kids. You're looking for the right type of partner. You're looking for the right type of investments. You want to make more money. You want to do different things like that, but you're not focused on, I don't know. You're not focused on love in the same traditional sense as everyone else. Like, some of you may aim to be in like a business partnership with your partner rather than like, stay at home with the kids and all of these different things. Or this is how you come off. You don't come off like the type of person like it's really giving me, it's not giving me hot girl or hot guy. It's giving me like, I don't know, like eligible bachelor or eligible bachelorette. Like, people know that you would be a catch, but there's no guarantee that you're going to be, living a traditional life or settling down anytime soon. The vibe you give off is like you're making your money and you're building yourself up. It's like Lori Harvey vibes, or whatever the male equivalent of that is. Some of you come off like Lori Harvey in this pile. Okay? People may feel like you're very wealthy, like you were born into wealth. You come off like you were born into wealth. Or if you weren't born into wealth, you come off like the type of person that has built up a sense of wealth for yourself. And again, it looks like that's something that you don't want other people to ruin. Some people feel like, though, like even though you are kind of like focused on yourself, focused on your money, focused on finding a true love relationship, focused on your Pilates, focused on your yoga, focused on the gym, focused on, growing your beard or whatever it is, even though people feel like you're focused on all of this and enjoying your life and not open to any criticism, there's also a group of people that may feel like you are, like sad though. Now I'm getting like lucky, like Britney Spears. Like some of y'all, it's like you're so lucky, you're a star, but you cry at night, because you're lonely or something like that. God forbid. I'm not trying to wish anything on anybody, but that's the vibe you're giving off. Like you give off the vibe that you're loved by everyone, or everybody would love to be with you. Anybody would love to work with you. Anybody would love to, build with you or be with you in a certain type of way. But some of y'all come off like you're taking your time, or like you're choosy about who you talk to, but deep down it's like being this choosy or having to sort through people like this or having to be particular about who you're around. It can be sad for you. Yeah. Like when people say stuff like, oh, like if you're a man who's a bachelor, people go, that man wants to be in a relationship. He's just too prideful to be in one, or he doesn't know how to love properly. He wasn't loved properly. Like there's some people that may view your responses to life as a trauma response, or your decisions in life as a trauma response. Same thing with the kids. Some people feel like that's a woman that wants to have kids, but she doesn't have kids because, I don't know, she has trauma or something like that. Like they try to say that you are traumatized and this is why you act how you act. Even if you're successful, even if you are stable, even if you're beautiful, all those different things. Some people feel like your lack of desire for something long-term or committed is a result of the trauma you have from your ancestors. And even though they feel like you are breaking ancestral patterns, they also view you as being like, the vibe you give off is like you're healing, but there is still a certain level of trauma that you're just not willing to address or face, or, that you want to engage in. Like some of y'all are like, no, my parents were not the best. I don't plan on having any kids. Or no, my parents were not the best. This is the last one. or like, no, I didn't see any healthy relationships. I don't really desire to be married. Or no, I didn't see any healthy marriages, I just want to date casually or something. I don't know, which is like, I guess the same thing. But I'm just getting like this vibe where it's like there's certain rules and regulations and things that you have for yourself. But some people feel like those rules are a result of your trauma. How does this energy impact people? I feel like there's a lot of people that actually want to grow with you. It's funny though, because I've been bringing up how this energy impacts people in each pile, but your pile in specific, I feel like people do want to grow with you, be with you, work with you, talk to you, all these things, may even want to learn from you, in hopes of seeing where you go next, or in hopes of like possibly being the one that you change your mind for. But I don't know if you will change your mind for certain people, or for whoever it is that's trying to break down these walls. Like maybe you will for somebody in here. Like if the right person comes along, you may start to consider, making new rules or having different things that you're looking for. But for now, it's kind of giving me the vibe of like people wanting to come in and to see if they can like conquer you almost. Like to see if they are the one that you'll choose that will help you open up your heart and have a new beginning and do different things and whatever it is. Because right now you come off like you're in this like party phase or this single phase or this focused on yourself type of phase. Like you're unbothered. Okay? That's all that I have for my Pile 4s. Pile 4, I hope that makes sense for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 5. You're the pile that chose image 5. Before we actually get into your pile, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. Some of you guys could be seeing 333. That may be relevant for you. But I'm also seeing 12, 33, 48, 19, and 19 again. You got 2 19s, okay? So that could be relevant numbers, ages, things like that. Days, I don't know. 12 is Sagittarius and Capricorn. Somebody could be a Sag or a Capricorn. Somebody could also be a Cancer or Gemini. I'm getting Sag and Capricorn again. Someone could be a Scorpio or a Libra. Somebody could be a Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Gemini, but Gemini Moon in specific. Sun, Moon, Rising, Leo, but Leo Moon in specific. I don't know if I said 37. 37's out here as well. So somebody could be a Scorpio or a Libra or 37 years old. Somebody could also be a Scorpio or a Libra again. I'm also getting Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What vibe do you give off, Pile 5? Pile 5, I feel like your vibe is very healing, very unique, and very lovable. There's a lot of different energies I'm picking up on. Definitely a light for other people. You seem very kind. You seem very open. You may even seem a bit like an old soul. This gives me old soul vibes. Now, funny enough, some of y'all give off old soul vibes. But you also come off like you are very in touch with your inner child. So your inner child may be very active in this pile. And some of you actually come off like your inner child is very active in this pile because of the lack of love or comfort you may have been given from a mother figure. Funny enough, it's not that you come off like you're not loved, but some people may feel like your relationship with your mom was a bit distorted. All right. I feel like this is coming in harsh. I feel like me saying this is coming in harsh, and it's not meant to come off harsh. I promise you. But I'm picking up on this vibe. I don't know why I'm getting this. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I'm not trying to make a joke out of this if this is the case. Some of you come off like your relationship with your mother was a bit conflicted and that you weren't as nurtured as you needed to be. And in turn, you became more nurturing as a result. Okay, so some people feel like you are very divinely guided, very divinely protected, all kinds of things. Very patient, very stable, grounded, things like that. But also a bit whimsical. You don't focus too much on the past. Like people have noticed that you don't focus too much on the past, or you're more focused on the present. And again, I think it's because they assume that you have some sort of negative memories from the past that you're trying to avoid. But it's not like you're trying to avoid them and suppress them. It's more so like you've created a new life after whatever it is that you've been through. And you're hoping for better. And you're hoping to see things change. And you want to show love. And you want to be a better version of a person because of what you've been through. And you don't want to seek other people's approval. Like you're a bit of a rebel. And my throat chakra keeps messing up. Somebody in here, they could feel like you have had issues when it comes to speaking on certain things, or maybe there's people around you that have issues with telling you this, like they don't know how to tell you that this is how you come off. I don't feel like they view it as a negative thing. Well, some of you guys, some people could view you as having some form of like Peter Pan syndrome, Pile 5. Not all of you. But a lot of you in this pile, some people could view you as having some form of Peter Pan syndrome. I don't want to say to the extent that you are not growing up, but they feel like there's been like a stunting in your growth somewhere. This is some people. This is what they're getting. There's something about like there being like a stunting in your growth somewhere that has caused you to avoid certain things when it comes to building on relationships. So either there's weird dynamics you build up in relationships. Like some people may feel like you don't even want to be in a relationship, or you don't want to have kids, or you don't want anything long term. Like you're just living your life, you're having fun, you're doing your own thing. I'm hearing la 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 la. Like even if you're a man, like I'm getting somebody in here, it's like you're avoiding growing up. And I'm not judging you for it. I feel like a lot of you have this like very imaginative energy, or you come off like someone that's very creative, someone that is very, I'm hearing profound. Like some of you are very intellectual people. Some of you are very deep people. But there are people around you that may view you as being like the type of person that's either sabotaging relationships, avoiding relationships. Some of you could even be avoiding your family in general, or building relationships with certain people in your family, or building a family. Like I said, if you have kids in this pile or something like that, there could be people around you that feel like you may not always focus on your kids, or are not always focused on being a parent. Okay, some of you could be more focused on music and being out in nature, or you know, even if you're not a musician. Some of you could be musicians, but others of you, I'm getting like you could just be like, you listen to a lot of music and you do what you do with your whimsical energy. Whimsical is the word in this file. Some of you are very like, you know, like I'm getting like fairy like you're doing your own thing, you're enjoying your life, whatever it is. And you're being a source of light for other people. But there are some people in your energy that may feel like they have to avoid you. Or again, like I said, they may struggle with telling you about yourself. And reason being is because they don't feel like you're going to be there long, or they just don't feel like you're someone that they might not feel like you're taking life seriously. Okay? People feel like you're just enjoying your life. Like you're just doing what you want to do. You're finding the people you connect with, the people you align with. You are being unique and people are enjoying this. You're staying positive and you're focused on yourself and all these different things. But they view you as being like, I'm even getting like somebody in here, you could be disassociating, right? You might drink a little, smoke a little, party a little, take a shroom. I don't know. Somebody in this file, you definitely could experiment with things like that. And if you don't take that. But somebody in here, you could be that type of person. And like I said, the people around you that see this, they don't feel like they need to comment on this per se. But I will say there are people around you that feel like the negative side of this with the vibe is that there are some people around you that feel like you are here for a good time, not a long time. Like they may not think that this is something that they should take too seriously. Because there's aspects of yourself that come off like you're not taking life too seriously. And it's not that you aren't grounded or financially stable or anything like that. Like some of you could very well be. But there's also aspects of you that are like some people feel like you don't listen to your intuition all the time, or you don't listen to your guides all the time, or you don't pay attention to the signs all the time. Like you're a bit apathetic, or you could even sometimes be a bit depressed, you know? Like I said, like it's kind of giving me the vibe of someone where it's like some of y'all could have some trauma that needs to be worked through, like all the rest of us, right? But again, instead of focusing on the trauma or healing that part of yourself, or looking at your past life or whatever it is, some of you are helping other people heal, or some of you are just living your life in this whimsical world and you're doing your own thing. And it's like The people around you who want to experience this with you, they enjoy the time while they're around you, but then it's like they're on their way because they feel like, like life is, for some of you in this pile, life is like a 24/7 party. For others of you in this pile, life is like a revolving door. Like the door is fun because you get to spin around in it, but you always end back up somewhere, and somewhere may be like, again, like the trauma or the experiences you've had. I don't feel like people are viewing this as a bad thing though. Like people do really like you. Yes, people really do like you in this pile. Okay. There's a lot of people that really appreciate the light that you give, the energy that you share, the way that you show up in the world. They feel like you're very wise. Again, wise beyond your years. Empathetic. Honest. It's giving like childlike honesty too. Like you're the type of person that'll say something so honest and people are like, wow, this person did not care. And that's refreshing. But at the same time, and you're like very like, I'm going to succeed. I know I'm going to succeed. I'm going to do well in this. I'm going to succeed. Like I have no other choice but to succeed. Like some of you are like, I have no other choice but to succeed. I'm going to succeed. And some people really believe in you. Like you have a tribe of people that really believe in you. But then you also have a group of people that are looking at you that are like, okay, well, I can't be around here for long because I don't believe. Okay. Like there's some people that are very much so grounded in reality that don't see the vision how you see it and may feel like they need to move away from you so they can like avoid a disaster or something or avoid an issue. And this doesn't have to be like love interests. Like some of y'all can have love interests that really love you, and then you have like family members that are like, I don't get it, or friends or other random people that are like, I don't get it, bosses, I don't know. But that's what I'm getting. And if you ever catch people coming back around towards you, pile 5. If you ever have people leave and then come back, the reason why they come back is because they really enjoy the light you have. Some of y'all are really sources of light. So be careful with that. Because some of y'all are giving light to people or being very like uplifting to people, but there's an energy here of these people like not fully taking in what it is that you can teach them. And some of you are very wise in this pile. But it's like childlike wisdom. Like kids are so honest. If a kid feels like somebody's creepy, the kid will go, that person is creepy. Even if it sounds rude. And low key, that kid probably is right. That kid might be right. And nobody's going to want to believe the kid because it's like, oh, that's so rude. Why would you say that? But it's like, that's how some of y'all operate. Some of y'all are like, bro, that person's creepy. Or I don't trust that person, or I don't like that thing, or, that's too loud. Like some of y'all are saying stuff. Some of y'all say stuff where it's like, damn, like, okay. But it's like, that's what needs to be said. Some of y'all are saying what needed to be said. And for some reason, people aren't taking you as seriously. Some people, not all people, but some people aren't taking you as seriously because they feel like what it is that you see and what it is that you feel is just so ungrounded, so unreal, so unrealistic, or whatever it is. But I feel like for a group of you in here, you are very much so grounded. You just are, whimsical, like I said. And then others of you, you are like kind of out there doing your own thing. Riding the wave, riding the wave of life and winging it. Just doing what you got to do. And I feel like it's working for some of you guys. So I believe in you, Pile 5. Whatever it is you want to do, I support you and I believe in you. And I hope you keep moving forward and find your way forward and have success. And don't let people get you down. All right? So that's all that I have for my Pile 5s. All right. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Bye-bye. Hi, pile 6. Last but not least, you're the pile that chose image 6. All right. Before I actually get into your message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 40, 23, 11, 17, 10, and is there anything else? No. Some of you could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Scorpios, Sagittariuses, Leos, Virgo, Sag. Somebody could be a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Moon. Somebody could also be a Scorpio or a Libra. I'm getting Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in specific, Aquarius, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini are the most prominent signs in this pile. I like your energy, pile 6. Your energy is very calm. Okay? Your image was very calm. But something about your energy feels very calm. What's the vibe you give off? Wise man, wise woman. But also a boss. Why are you so dramatic? I feel like somebody in this pile, you're a little dramatic. I like you. I feel like whoever's in this pile, something about you feels like dramatic. Did I say Leo? Somebody could have Leo placements. They don't have to be. Or like 5th house placements. I don't know. It's something about you feels like you're very wealthy. You're very fair. You're not toxic. The vibe you give off is that you're not toxic. You're not very controlling either. Like you let things go with the flow, or you don't try to control other people. If anything, you try to control yourself. It's a lot of self-control. You're very hardworking in this pile. Very determined. I'm getting like somebody in here, you're soothing as hell. Or heaven. You're soothing as heaven. Because I feel relaxed all of a sudden, and I don't know why. Maybe it is the image. I don't even see the image right now, but I remember what the image is. Maybe it's the image. Maybe it's just the energy behind you in this pile. Somebody in here, you could be the type of person that spends a lot of time relaxing. Okay, lighten your sage, lighten your incense. Somebody in here could smoke. You don't have to. And if you don't smoke, it's like something about self-care. Because I'm getting like this real, like, you're just chill. You're just chilling. You lit your candle. You're vibing out. Like some of y'all just know how to relax. You're meditating. You're doing your yoga. You're sitting with your crystals. Some of y'all sit with crystals. Some of you could be good at Reiki. Or you could be Reiki practitioners. You're the type of person that's comfortable on their own. Pile 6. But you're also popular or something like that. Some of y'all are very popular. You're very comfortable on your own. You're very transformative to come into contact with. You're very attractive. Very attractive. Somebody in here, your energy is like very standout. I'm hearing Superstar by Usher. So somebody's like, I'll be your groupie. I'm getting some of you have a lot of people that like you. Okay. Even if you're not around a lot of people, some of you tend to be on your own. But you seem like the type of person that would be willing to take a risk on love if you really felt like it was worth it. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like you're chill. You might be chill and might be a loner, but you're not coming off like, but I don't love people or I wouldn't love somebody. Like, no. People get the vibe that you would be very loving, or you would be okay with falling in love, or you would want to be in love, or you like being in love. Like people can tell that you're the type of person that loves loving other people, but you just, like I said, you're just real wise. Some of y'all definitely could be like healers in this pile, because I feel like you probably heal people so much, or you're around so many people, or you've been through so much that you've just grown comfortable with being on your own, or you've learned how to detach from people. And there's a lot of people that are drawn to you because of this, but they're also kind of like scared of you. I'm not gonna lie. I did end up looking into how your energy or this vibe is impacting other people, and I feel like this way that you know how to detach from people and focus on yourself and not feel guilty about detaching, like not feeling bad for working and not feeling bad for letting go, not feeling bad for sleeping in, not feeling bad for staying home. Like there's something about you just not feeling bad for just relaxing. This energy that you have intimidates people because they want to come your way. Some people are thrown off by how you love, or like they like how you love, but they also are afraid it isn't real or something like that. The way you approach people, or the way your energy approaches people, how it comes off is very kind and sweet and open when you're offering it, but some people may feel like it's not real, like it's not genuine. You know why though? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like some people could easily resent you. Pile 6. Why are these piles so funny to me? It's not funny. It is kind of funny, but it's not funny. The reason why I'm laughing is because I think these people resent you because they feel like you're juggling them or being weird with them because you are so chill, because you are so closed off, because you are so like focused on your healing or on your meditating or on yourself, your work, whatever it is. And because you tend to be on your own like this, but you're also like real fine, real attractive, real magnetic, it makes people feel like it's unbelievable when you tell them that you are like, you could, like, somebody could call you and be like, hey, what you doing right now? You could be like, I'm just meditating, like I'm focused on myself, or I'm just clearing my crystals, I'm just doing this. And people are like, yeah, right. Like they don't believe you. They don't believe you. They feel like you have every reason to be doing something else, to be somewhere else, to be out with other people, to be, being toxic for some reason. Why do they think they're so toxic? Some of y'all, it's the way you look. It's the way you look. I'm not getting it in a bad way. I'm getting like, some of y'all are like, again, somebody in here, you're real fine. Okay? Your hair is really pretty. Your face, your body. Yeah, your style's really good. I'm not gonna lie too, though. I always say I'm not gonna lie. I really am not trying to, but I'm also picking up on this energy where, like, even if you do come off like a medicine man, medicine woman, because you do give that vibe, very healing, very mystical, whatever it is. Maybe you go out in nature, you like to be by the water, you love animals, or you love to just vibe, whatever it is. Even though you have all these different aspects of your personality, there's also something about you that feels a bit karmic. Okay, I am picking up on a karmic vibe in your pile, and the karma that comes with you is like life changing. For some of you, you're giving people ego deaths. This is why they feel so like triggered by you. Okay, man, woman, person, doesn't matter who's in this pile. Some of you guys are killing people with kindness. Some of you are triggering people. They don't even know why they're triggered. They feel like you are juggling them. You're not juggling them. They feel like your love isn't genuine. It is, though. Yeah. They don't know if you're loyal to them. People question your loyalty a lot, pile 6. Because you get a lot of attention. I feel like people get so disappointed after interacting with you sometimes. Not because it was a bad vibe, but because they feel like it might have just been a lesson. Or they were just meant to learn something from this. Or you just came in to teach them something. Like, some people are sad about that. That's something that you might even be sad about it. You're like, yeah, I hate that. I hate that I'm just like teaching people things sometimes. I'm getting that vibe from you. But like a lot of you, you might come in like somebody's dream girl, dream guy, and they don't see you properly the first time around, or they don't treat you right, and you leave. or your energy shifts, or you focus more on yourself, or whatever it is. And these people are triggered because they didn't know whether to open up or to push you away. And if they chose to push you away, they could have pushed you into the arms of somebody else, or they just pushed you back into your house. And now you're meditating again. Now you're back to chilling on your own time. Like, I'm getting some of you guys are okay with being on your own. And your vibe comes off that way. Like, you'll be fine on your own. I'm hearing you ain't holding no grudges. Yeah. You're not holding no grudges. You're not mad at nobody. You're not trying to do nothing crazy to anybody. Some people may even assume you're doing crazy stuff to them, but I don't know. I don't feel like you're the type to do anything crazy. I'm not getting anything crazy in this pile. I just feel like you have ties to deities and, you know, just to the divine that these people may not be able to comprehend in this pile. And sometimes the deities and things that people assume they can, like, I don't know, fight you with, it looks like they support you. Some of y'all have deities supporting you. You don't even full on know that you're working with them. Okay? Others of you do know you're working with them, but some of you don't know that you're working with certain deities or that they're supporting you. But that's because some of you don't realize that some of you know how spiritual you are. There's a mixed crowd in this pile. Some of you know how spiritual you are. Others of you, you're just like karma's baby. Like, karma is working through you. And she's trying to help people grow and heal one experience at a time. And every time you come into somebody's life and you show some level of authority, or you show up how you show up, and you teach these people these things, it's like their life has changed and they're upset with you at first, or they're upset with you in general. And you choose to redirect your focus on other things or what have you. But they still enjoy the experience regardless of the lesson. Because like I said, you're so soothing. Some of you are so soothing. Yeah. You're not pushing. You're not prodding. You're not giving people a hard time. You're just existing. And this is the lesson. So take it how it resonates. Pile 6. That's your vibe, boo. That's all that I have. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Bye-bye.